Welcome back to Dalra Models. So in this video I'm going to be working on the Alpha model Ferrari 812 Superfast. So carrying on from the previous video where I was talking about working with resin, I've got all the bodywork prepped and everything now, all sanded smooth, any imperfections got rid of and all the rest of it, so we're ready to start painting. So I've loaded the airbrush up ready with the 2-pack zero paints, grey primer. So the first thing I'm going to do, which is working fine, and turn the extractor on and we'll get spraying. So the first bit I'm going to do is turn it upside down so that I can get at the inside, because there's some nicely moulded roof detail there. So I want to get that back. So I'm using my 0.5 needle for this paint because it's quite a bit thicker, so I want to make sure that I don't lose my masking tape on there. So then I'm going to go down with this being a resin piece, it's a little bit tight on this stand. Going around all the other side now. Not the panel for a minute. So anyone that's familiar with my videos previously, that's watched them before, will notice I went heavier than I've done in previous videos, but that's because this is resin, so it's not going to have the paint react with it in the same way as it would with styrene, and with it being a different type of primer as well, it's very thick primer anyway. So I'm going to keep going on this, give it a couple more coats, so I will come back when I've done a bit more. Okay, so I've got all of that primered now with the grey primer, as you can see. I gave it 2 coats with that 2K primer, and then I sanded it smooth with some 800 wet and dry. So I'm ready for the next bit now. So next one I'm going to use the white primer, which is just the normal primer this time. not anything special about it. Because I've already done the grey primer as the base, the 2K, that's bitten into the resin, so that's given me the base that I need. So the normal white primer should be okay now as the next coat. So I've got the airbrush loaded up, so I'll just turn the fan on and we'll get spraying. Check the flow, to press it down a little bit, and then just going around to the bottom parts of the bits that don't get any paint otherwise. Spray properly. So got to make sure with things like this, which I didn't mention in grey, is any areas where the bent things to make sure you get in those properly, because they're quite tricky. Bit of a complex shape. Just get working away from the bottom up to the top. So that's my airbrush empty, but I'm pretty much done on there now anyway. That'll get a couple more coats, and then I'll sand that smooth once it's dry as well, and then we'll be ready for some colour. So I shall see you shortly for the next bit. Okay, so all the white primer's done now, and again I flattened that back so it's nice and smooth. Just used 2000 wet and dry for that, so I'm ready for the colour coat. So the colour I'm decided to go with is Pearl Yellow from Zero Paints. So as usual I've got the airbrush loaded up ready to go, so I just need to knock the fan on. So same process as before, check my flow of paint. I'm just going to take that off the stand just so I can get underneath and get all these difficult areas. And once I've done the underside, then I can put it back on the stand and carry on with the rest of it. Nice smooth coats on this, not done heavy. And this feels like quite thin paint, so I've turned the pressure down on the airbrush, so I compress it quite a bit. So there we go, that's the first coat. So bring it up to the camera a bit. So obviously the more coats I put on, the yellower it's going to get. So I'm going to leave that a few minutes and then move on to this next coat. Right, that's had about 5 minutes drying time. So now I'm on to the second coat. But before I do that, one of the questions I get asked quite a bit is what pressure I spray at. And my general answer is I've got no idea, because I do it by sound. So when I sort of pull the trigger, I can hear how much air is coming out. If I turn the pressure up, there's obviously more. If I turn it down, there's obviously less. So in the interests of being able to give a better answer to that, I've just had a look at the compressor on the pressure that I'm spraying at, and it's about 15 psi on this cover, on this coat. Like I said, it's quite a thin paint, so normally I'd have it higher, so probably 20-25 I guess. So anyway, onto the next coat. So I'll just turn the fan back on. Check that I've got some paint coming out of the airbrush. And again, I'm going to take that off there while I do the other side. Once I've done all of this bits on here, I can put it back onto the left bits again. There you go, that's all those bits done. So I'm just going to pay a bit more attention this time to where the reds are. I want to make sure I get in everywhere. I don't miss any bits. As I said when I was doing the primer, it's quite a complex shape, so last thing I want to do is try and mist any air, so I've just got two under the nose section there. Not the easiest shape to do, but there we go, getting some nice colour down to it now. So I'll give that another 5 minutes or so, and then I will come up back with another coat. So I won't keep showing you each coat as I do them, I'll just show you when I've got sufficient coverage. So that's as far as I'm going to go with the colour coat. It's had about 6 or 7 coats now. So it's still a little bit wet, so hence the reflection. It will sort of flatten down a little bit, but it seems to be quite a silky finish on it. It's really nice and smooth, even after it's dried. But you can see there, sort of finish. So once it's clear coated, that should really pop. Yeah, I'll move over to the bench once this is dried, because there's a couple of bits that I need to do on it before I clear coat. So I shall see you shortly on that. But one other thing I was going to say is, as I've been doing the bodywork, I've been going through doing the mirrors as well. So they've had an equal number of coats on those to match it. So yeah, I'll see you shortly at the bench. So I noticed from looking at the website and reference photos that there was a carbon fibre option for the bodywork. So I've made a start masking some of it off, in particular the lip on the sill down here, and transferred it to some carbon fibre decal. So this is the Hobby Design 0158 sheet that I'm using for this. So like I said, I've masked that one off, so I'm going to get that cut out and get them applied. So once I've got some progress on that, I'll come and show you where I'm at. So at the moment I'm just literally masking and cutting out the templates, which I've shown you in previous videos how I do that, so I'm not going to cover that again here. So yeah, I'll come back soon when I've got it applied. Okay, well, I'll say I got a good result with that. This is one of the sides, and as you can see, it's got a curve to it and everything, and that would sit, if I can pick it up, that goes in there like that, and then wrap it round. And if you look on there, it's got a curve that goes that way, and it's got a curve going this way, and then it's got this curve that way. So it's a bit of a complex shape, and it's the first time I've used hobby design decals, certainly the carbon fibre, in anything, and this is the result. So I've still got a little bit of clean up because it's still a little bit soft, but if I bring the light over a bit, hopefully you can see that. So I've got a nice line underneath there, and it's wrapped around all the way. And if you notice from the other side, I've not painted this underneath the decal. I've gone straight over the yellow paint, so any tears would show through, and there's absolutely nothing. So it's good decal in that it doesn't tear, it's not ripped, it's gone down smoothly. Like I said, there's a couple of little air bubbles and things that I still need to clean up, but you can see probably better there the actual shape of it to conform around. So for one piece decal to get around that, I'm impressed. That's done well, and to not rip either for trying to manipulate it, I'm pleased with that. So that's a good result. So I've got the other side to do and a couple of other bits and pieces, so I will come back and show you when I've finished them all. Okay, so I've got all the carbon fibre decals applied now. As you can see, they're all laid down nicely, and I've also done the ones down here in the nose section, which was a pain. That's all I've got to say about that. The decals themselves weren't a problem, it's just, as you can see, it's very complex shape, so it's a bit difficult to get that worked in. As far as the uprights there, I'm not going to bother with those because they're going to be hidden behind a mesh, and so I'm just going to paint them after I've clear coated. Which brings me on to this part of the video, because ordinarily at this point I'd be moving over to the spray booth and laying down the clear, but unfortunately I can't. I have a problem. Anyone that's familiar with 2K clears knows that a separate hardener required, and it has a shelf life, and unfortunately, as you can see there, mine has reached it and it's no good, and I have no spare. So I can't clear it in this video without massively delaying having the video released, which I don't really want to do. So I thought, to get the video out there and uploaded and everything, I'd leave it at this point. I'll clear it at a later date once I've got some new hardener. So unfortunately these things happen, so apologies for anyone that wanted to see that, but yeah, it's one of those things. So I'm going to leave the video there. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.